Hey guys, welcome back to another gear placement video. It's been a long time since I've made one of these, so I'm pretty stoked to share it. Like last time, if you're new here, we're just going to be going over a bunch of different protection placements on different trad routes that I've climbed. I'm going to be going over them, giving you my 2 cents, critiquing myself, and if you have any agreements, disagreements, anything you want to share that you think might be helpful, feel free to put it down in the comments, and I think we can all learn from each other. The last series of comments in the last series of videos have been pretty constructive, and I think they were helpful for a lot of people. So let's see if we can do that again. But before I get started, I just want to give a quick shout out to all the people who have stopped me to say hello and share their appreciation for the videos. I think it's crazy that I run into anybody who has seen the videos. I make them for fun, so I'm glad you guys are enjoying them. And you guys are always so nice when I do run into you guys. So to say thank you back, I have a cam here. It's in pretty good shape, needs new trigger wires, but I'd be happy to give it away to whoever wants it. We could do like a little raffle. Just follow the channel and comment down below that you want the cam and share your, I don't know, a quick little blurb about your favorite climb or favorite climbing memory, and I'll just pick one of you guys at random and you can have it. So thanks for watching. Let's get started.
Right there.
Okay, let's get started with Imaginary Voyage. We're going to start with a solid 0.5. This is a splitter crack, so it's super easy to protect. Great 0.75. How do I know it's great? Well, watch.
Oh fuck, dude. The wall.
Honestly, that was kind of a lame fall, but the cam did hold. Eventually pulled through. Here's another 0.75. Very bomber just above it. And a slammer, number 2. Can't complain about that. This whole climb was actually really easy to protect. These big placements always kind of freak me out because the cams are so large. I almost feel like they're gonna like invert and break, but they're bomber. They're gonna hold. They've held me before. It's an irrational fear. That 0.3 and the 0.2 were bomber. Oh my god. Just a quick shout out to Crack Kingdom. This was one of the best routes I've ever climbed because of pitch 3. If you haven't climbed pitch 3 of Crack Kingdom, you need to go climb it because it is so fun. Ooh, this 0.2 looks so good. I'd hang a truck off this for sure. Perfect little constriction. Actually, I think that ended up giving Blake a hard time to pull out, but it came right out. You just had to like pull it out from the right. Shout out to Blake. This is clearly a case where like a 0.3 would be so much better, but I was committed to finding a 0.4 placement now that I had it in my hand, which is fine. That 0.4 was really good, but it probably would have been much quicker if I just decided to switch out the cam. Ooh, thank God I didn't place that nut there because I did not like that nut. Oh, apparently I did. We're going back to it. Oh, it's way too open there. But a little lower it looks better. Yeah, just down there you can see the crack starts pinching off. That's a good spot for it. Oh, that's bomber. This is okay. That crack looked a little flared as it went up, and I'm always paranoid that like it'll catch if I fell anywhere near that cam, but I am always worried that if I climb a little too far, it'll start wiggling out unless I extend it. All these have been pretty good. Ooh, this is gonna be a nice black totem. Oh, just leave it alone, dude. It's perfect. Oh yeah, there's another little view of it. A lot of .1s, .2s, and black totems. These have all been really good too. Oh, that's not my nut. Sometimes, so I like to clip gear that's fixed, but I never really trust it all that much. So I usually put a piece near it, but I do clip it just for the novelty of it. Ooh, another bomber .2 in this horizontal crack. Alright, so we're back in Joshua Tree. This is Lightsaber. Starting off with a really good yellow totem. That's a .4 for black diamond size. I remember this entire day being really greasy. It was a little too warm for Joshua Tree, but we were there anyways. Had a good time climbing. Another bomber .75. And then there's another .75. I don't think we get a good look at this one, but I think we'll get to find out if it was a good placement or not. Wink, wink. So yeah, you can tell. That was a pretty good placement. It ended up holding, and that was a much better fall than the last one on Imaginary Voyage. And then we're back in the Eastern Sierra with the regular route of the third pillar of Dana. Very classic route. And these first few cams all look really good. The .5, the black totem, this .75, all are pretty slammer and some very nice splitter cracks. Here's another number 1 and another splitter crack. I don't know why I'm not going for that nice pod. There we go. And here we have like a very nice .3 size blue totem. Ooh, followed by another really nice .75.
Nice.
This crack looks a little too small for the number 1. I think it gets better a little lower, like right there. But is it really overcammed if you can get it out? Solid .4. Oh, I remember this one. This nut, I think, is so bomber. Perfect little constriction right there. Sinking that gold black diamond nut. Or the DMM offset. I can't remember which one it was. Ooh, followed by another blue totem, .3 size. That's cammed in a constriction, so it's almost also a nut. This .5 looks like it's really out of the crack, but as we move around, you can kind of tell that it's all in the crack and everything's engaged, but from like one of the angles, it doesn't look like it is. But I feel like it was probably still good enough if I decided to leave it in there. And we're back at Charlotte Dome now in the Eastern Sierra. That number 2 looked a little too flary for me, but it must have been okay if I left it. The number 1 looks a lot better. Ooh, this is where we sling this giant flake that's still completely attached. I usually like to use a bigger sling and do like a basket knot, but this is all I had, so made do. Still looks bomber, would 100% whip. This number 3 looks kind of sus, just because, oh yeah, see, as you move it around, like all the lobes are like disengaging in that super flaring crack that's like also hollowed on the sides. Oh, that 3 looks pretty bomber. Oh, I remember this. This 2 placement is so cool because it's just a giant blank slab, and there's that 1 pod for a placement in that 2-sized hole. This number 1 looks okay. This .4, if I can get it in there, is going to be bomber. Yeah, look at that. I'm just probably trying to like wiggle it around some like coarse crystal, but it looks bomber. Solid .75. I'm placing below me on this one. I must have looked up and been like, oh crap, I need to play something. But it ended up being an okay .5. Looks like a pretty good .3. Another .3 in these small cracks. Looks pretty good. The lobes look well engaged. Here's an okay number 3. It looks well engaged, but I just feel like it's a little too flary there. I'm sure it would have caught. Same thing with this .4. It's bomber. Ooh. But I love the red nut. That's probably my favorite nut. And that looks so sinker. That would catch anything. Oh, see, this is a better example of a flared number 3 placement. You can tell if you like moved it even a little bit, it would for sure start walking up and out. Oh, but at least it's followed by a sweet nut here. I feel like every nut I place is always so bomber. I really enjoy placing nuts. I feel like they're definitely superior protection. This rock sounds really hollow. But another red nut. Nice. And it looks pretty good. Nice. Love to see it. I think this is a classic example of overthinking it. For sure. There's no reason I needed to adjust this number 2 so many times. It was good the first time. But sometimes you're just nervous and you want to make sure that you're super protected. Hard to tell on this black totem, but the trusty black totem never fails you. And now we're over to Joshua Tree again for vector. And I'm sure it's going to be no surprise that we are going to find out whether or not this .4, the yellow totem, was placed correctly. So here we go. We're clipping it. A decent sized fall, and it held. It's bomber. This crack is very easy to protect. It's very straightforward. Every piece is really good. So I skipped pretty much the rest of them. And then we're over to another route here in Josh. Starting off with a really bomber 1 and a bomber .75. I remember the rock in this one was actually really fun to protect because it's like all these weird little cracks in the plated face. Bomber number 2. Finally, a very secure number 3. And this crack area was actually really fun. Followed by another one. Ooh, this is a tiny .2. Oh, look how good that fits. That is so good. That's perfect. Ooh, a similarly placed .75, but I feel like the .2 was definitely better. I would have whipped on the .2 over the .75, but the .75 looks bomber. Ooh, finally a little bit of Talkies for human fright. This nut, is it good? No, it's not good. Is this one good? Let's find out. Well, I'm going to clip it, so I must have thought I was good enough, but I don't think we find out. I think it was pretty bomber, though, so I'd whip. And these cams look pretty straightforward, pretty bomber. Same with this black totem. This number 3 is for sure overcammed, but it went in pretty easily, actually. I'm sure it came out just fine. Bomber number 2, pretty good .5. Another number 2. These are all just great placements. And we're off to Red Rock for wholesome fullback. The routes in this area were really good, actually. But we have some thin crack, .1, .4. They look pretty good. That's a better view. Here's a .3. Looks really solid. This nut back in Joshua Tree looks pretty questionable, actually. But it's followed up with a really good cam. And an even better number 2. Look at it, it fits perfectly in this pocket. Trusty black totem again. Yeah, these are all bomber. Hard to complain about any of these placements. Birdifier, mega classic climb. Oh, and this is the crux cam. Probably why I'm fiddling with it so much, but it is good. Really, most of those spots were good. Rubicon, one of my favorite climbs in Joshua Tree. This is at the start of like the real crack. So after you solo across the traverse and you're ready for the real business. This whole crack is pretty easy to protect. It's all like 0.3 to 0.5 all the way up. And we're about to see a bunch of 0.5 placements. And they all should be pretty bomber. Now we're over to Yosemite for the south face of Washington column. The free climbing portions of this, the ones I was able to free climb, were pretty fun. But it's a nice, straightforward crack, pretty easy placements, very bomber, solid gear. Pretty much the whole time you're free climbing. You can see how splitter this crack is, taking that number one. Here's another one. And another. All very bomber. That 0.4 looks like it could have been a little deeper for my own personal comfort, but I'm sure it would catch just fine. A couple random placements. It kind of looks like, it's for sure Joshua Tree, but it kind of looked like Dappled Mare, which makes sense because now we're at Bird on a Wire. And those placements were pretty good, followed by a good 0.3. And we're back on the nut game. The big blue. That looks so good. Would whip, would hang my car off of it. And it's followed by this pretty good gold nut. So we just got the nut game on point this route. Here's another red nut. And this like corner constriction, it was so cool actually. I loved this placement. And that's pretty much the rest of the placements for the video. So I hope you had a good time watching. Thanks for making it this far. Feel free to comment down below any of your thoughts on any of the placements we saw and we went over. Don't forget that if you want a chance at the free cam, just follow the channel and comment down below one of your favorite times climbing or why you like to climb. And I'll pick one of you guys at random. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.